Hey, everybody. Welcome to episode 206 of Cocktails in the War Room. I am your host, Mistress Carrie. Welcome to the War Room, and welcome back to the War Room, I should say, for everybody that has not joined us in the last couple weeks, because I'm a slack ass and I took last week off. What's up? Ryan's here. Mark, Kevin is here. Sean, Marcy, Shannon is joining us. Travis, what's going on? Carol is here. Ash and William, Jessica joining us in the War Room as well. As you can probably hear or definitely be able to tell, my partner in crime, the one and only Wednesday, is wound up tonight in a major way. I'm just warning you guys. She is part of why I'm running a couple of minutes late tonight. She is, she's become very spoiled. And last week was none too happy that we weren't getting together here in the War Room because she wanted her cookies. And this week she wants to make up for last week. Good news. Mark says Bruins are tied at 1. That's fantastic. What's up, Michelle? Now Ryan says 2-1 Bruins. That's fantastic. Michelle says, Wednesday. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Wild pug on the loose, says Tracy. Exactly. She has been, get down. Nicely. Hey, she is wound up in a big way. Oh my God. No, she's not spoiled. Really, Jessica? What would you call it if she's not spoiled? Let's see. Lauren says B's up by 2-1 right now. MC, was the intro music, was the intro music freaking put earlier? I don't know what you mean. Like she's missing mail call? Wait, what's going on? Is there something going on with the show that I don't know about? Oh, yeah. Wednesday was missing mail call. Yeah, trust me, I went to the post office. It's all good now. Oh my God, she's the best. Lisa, don't encourage her. No biting the mummy, says Tracy. Yeah, no biting mummy. No. High five. Okay, sit down. Sit. Okay, you can get down then. That's good. Yeah, she's totally freaking out, Kevin. Blueberry cobbler. No, missing mail call from last week. Yeah, I understand what you guys mean now. Sorry. So first of all, I want to catch you guys up with, hey, back up. Be nice. I want to talk to you guys a little bit about why we didn't get together last week. I know it was a little bit of short notice, although Backstage Pass holders actually knew a couple days before. But a couple things were happening last Tuesday. So the first thing was some of the members of my family put together impromptu, not so impromptu memorial for my dad, because last Tuesday would have been my dad's birthday. And so originally that was going to be happening. And I had gone back and forth about whether or not I wanted to be there. I've talked extensively about the fact that my dad and I were estranged when he passed away. And I know it was going to be a lot of his friends, a lot of family friends. And I had gone back and forth about whether or not I wanted to be part of it and whether or not I wanted to go. My sister had talked to me and said, I would like to do it. You know, is that cool? And my sister and I have a really, really close relationship, especially with everything that's gone on with my mom as of late, but even before that. And so I had kind of made the decision that I was going to just come and be here in the War Room and kind of not go to that because it just wasn't something I was going to be able to handle. Then we kind of got word that my husband had to go away for work. And it just so happened that his layover was flying through Boston. And he was flying someplace that I was not excited that he was going, which is basically all I can say. And he had like a 7-hour layover. So I opted to not be in the War Room last week and instead to go and have dinner with my husband last Tuesday night while he was traveling. Now, the good news is that he has traveled to his final destination, spent his time, and already returned back. So he's safely back in the States. And so that was why I wasn't here last week. It's part of the reason why I wasn't at the memorial service last week, even though I kind of had made the decision that I wasn't going to go to the memorial service before, but I had gone back and forth, and my husband was like, look, if you don't want to come into the city, and, you know, I understand there's a lot going on. And I was like, you know what? No, like it was really important to me that I be able to go. We went to the North End. We had a really nice dinner. And it was just something I really wanted to do. And like, you know, we talk about in the War Room all the time, like, you know, family first, you know. Hey, back up. Yes, that includes pugs. Down. Be a good girl. Be a good girl. Show everybody your manicure that I gave you. So that's why I wasn't here last week in the War Room. So Mark says you never need to apologize. Let's see. You do what you need to do. That's what's best. Yeah, it was really nice to see him. And he's already back, which is great. So that, you know, helped me put my mind back at ease again. Sometimes, you know, the places he has to go, don't make it easy for me to sleep at night. Did you get cannolis from Mike's? Yes. However, when I go to Mike's, I always get the same thing. They have the best pistachio macaroons. They're so delicious and so ridiculous. And I know Mike's Pastry is famous for their cannolis, but the pistachio macaroons there are what I get every time I go there. They're just so freaking good. So yes, we went to Mike's. We went to Giacomo's, which is my favorite restaurant in the North End. They have this fettuccine with prosciutto and peas that is just, it's what I ate the weekend before the marathon in 2019, so I could carb up. Totally delicious, absolutely amazing, so good. Their garlic bread is so good. They have a great tomato and mozzarella salad that is just amazing. So, hey, what's up to everybody in Sepsis? What's going on, guys? Sharing your live feed right now. If you are free and your plans change on Saturday night, we'd love to see you at, is that Swarmy Fest? Sepsis. Oh, wait, hold on. The messages are coming too fast and it's cutting it all off here. Let's see. 1620, Trawl, Day to Attend, Dust Profit, Trading Tombstones, and we'll have a table for you. Not sure I'm going to be able to come. I might be at a military function. Next week is Veterans Day and the Marine Corps birthday, and there's a lot going on this weekend. So Heidi says, I miss the damn cannolis. Yeah, exactly. But if I can make it, I definitely will. But what's up to everybody in Sepsis? Thank you guys for always thinking of me and being so sweet, and for sharing the feed as well. So, oh my God, Wednesday, knock it off. Yeah, if you have not tried the pistachio macaroons at Mike's Pastry, definitely give them a try. They are absolutely delicious. Ryan says Phillies just hit the 1,000th home run in World Series history, and they're greasing the polls in Philly. Let's see. Randy says, loved you at Clear Path for Veterans New England. Yeah, they had their canine dog and music event over the weekend. I got some pictures from that I want to show you. I stopped talking to my dad at 14 when he passed. I didn't go to the funeral, so I get where you're coming from, says Eric. Yeah, it's just family stuff is complicated. And even my sister and I, you know, who are as close as two people can be without being twins, raised in the same family, obviously, you know, with a 4.5-year age difference, our memories of childhood are different, and family's complicated. And so it's one of those things where, you know, you have to make these decisions. And I opted to spend the night with my husband instead. So Mark says, Carrie, take the gun and leave the cannoli. Yeah, the cannolis are great. Pistachio macaroons, you got to try them. They're fantastic. Mike's Pastry, last time I was there, they needed a new boiler. Love the little sandwich shop on the corner. Oh, Ronald, I know exactly what we're talking about. Down the alley, their prosciutto is so good. Hey, you are misbehaving and it's not okay. So back up and be a good girl. Yeah, they have amazing prosciutto sandwiches. I know exactly what you're talking about. All right, so that's why I wasn't here last week. That's kind of what was going on. I wanted to show you some pictures from Halloween this weekend. We were talking about the K-9 event at Clear Path for Veterans New England. This right here is a picture of Wednesday and I. My friend Sean's band was playing. I always try to go with Wednesday when we can. It's a great event. Clear Path for Veterans has an amazing K-9 training program, and they have this great dog-friendly event every year out in the field right down the street from their office building in Devens. And there's just vendors and food, and there's just cute dogs everywhere. And there's also all kinds of resources for veterans as well. So if you've never been to the event, it's amazing. If you've never looked into Clear Path for Veterans New England, they are an unbelievable organization. And Wednesday and I had an absolute blast. This picture shows you exactly how happy Wednesday was to be able to go there on Saturday. Originally, it was cold. And so I put her little pumpkin sweater on. I usually dress Wednesday up over here Wednesday as a pumpkin. That's my little homage to the Smashing Pumpkins because they have a song called Pug. And Wednesday got so hot because it got so warm on Saturday afternoon that we took her pumpkin sweater off, but I left her little pumpkin collar on. And this is like one of my favorite pictures of Wednesday like that I've ever taken. She was so happy being out in the sun. And so many people, all the little kids were coming up and loving on her. And she just had such a good time. Frame that picture of Wednesday, Jen says. I know, it's ridiculous. And I took it at the last minute and couldn't believe that. Normally, it's like she tries to avoid the camera. Every once in a while, I get a good ham picture of her. But I could not believe that she took that photo. And I absolutely love it. And then Saturday night, I ended up spending a little quality time on Halloween with Mike Shue. And I want you to look at this picture closely because I posted it up on Instagram and a lot of people were like, wash your damn hands because you touched something weird. Look at the way this picture is. That's not my hand. That's not my finger in Mike Shue's nose. Mike and I were taking a selfie and Mike's wife reached across and stuck her finger up Mike's nose. But the way that the picture looks, it looks like it's my hand. And if you look really close at the part of the finger in his nostril, you'll see that there's no nail polish on the fingernail. So that's how I can prove without any reservation that that is by no means my hand up Mike Shue's face. That is not my hand, damn it. Let's see. Sorry, I'm late. 2-1 Bruins first period, says Jason. No worries. Jessica says, that is hilarious. Heinz says, we need a Mistress Carrie and Wednesday calendar. Now, that would be pretty funny. Did you feel any brains? Heidi, that is not my hand. I'm telling you, I would never stick my finger up someone else's nose. I don't even think, maybe my husband's nose, but I would never stick my finger up Mike Shue's nose. But it looks like my hand. And it's one of those optical illusions. And I swear it's not my hand. The bracelets aren't the same. It is not my hand. That's Mike Shue's hand doing this. But the finger up his nose is not my hand. Jen says, that is awesome. It looks like your hand. Did Wednesday get any treats for Halloween? Yeah, she got the treats from me, but I believe there's some stuff here in the mail call for her. Nicole says, Carrie, have you heard of Widow? If not, check them out. You will not be disappointed. I definitely will. Not my hand. Famous words of Keith. Yeah, hilarious. Exactly. Pointing at the nosy guy. Yeah, not my finger, but wanted to show you guys this picture because It's just too funny. And I didn't even notice that it looked like that was my finger up his nose until people started commenting on that on Instagram, which just hilarious. Christina wants to know how I'm feeling. I'm definitely feeling better. I got the weirdest cold. It wasn't COVID because I tested. But for the last week and a half, stuffy nose, off and on headaches, just wasn't sleeping well. But otherwise I felt fine, but it was really affecting my voice. You could hear it on the air. You could hear it on the podcast. And I feel a lot better now. Still a little kind of post-nasal drip or whatever, but feeling a lot better. Like I said, I've taken COVID tests, but the doctor said, the cold still exists, just the common cold. And that's going around, obviously. So, Mistress, if you were in Townsend, you have to stop by Gourmet Donuts. They have kick-ass iced coffee. Heidi, I will totally do that because as we all are very well aware, I enjoy kick-ass iced coffee. Sometimes with a little something extra in my coffee, which is what's in here right now. Delicious. Keith said, definitely said that before, and it wasn't my hand. Sure. I have a cold and allergies. Good times. Yeah. And right now there's a lot of people with the way the temperature's been fluctuating with all the rain we got. It's going to be 70 degrees again this weekend, which is insane for the Northeast in November. But yeah, definitely happening. So, all right. Wanted to show you guys that picture. Let's talk about cocktails, shall we? I think I got a good cocktail recipe for you guys tonight. Where is it? Okay. I apologize for it having gin in it, but it's called the It's a Paramount. I don't remember doing this one on the original 80 episodes of the War Room. The It's a Paramount is an ounce of gin, an ounce of Drambuie, and an ounce of Cointreau. What is wrong with me tonight? It says stir the gin and the Drambuie and the Cointreau in a mixing glass and then strain into a martini glass and serve. And that's called the It's a Paramount. Never even heard of it before. Sounds kind of weird. If you're a gin lover, there it is right there. If you're a gin lover, I guess enjoy. I don't know. But I like saying Drambuie. It's just a fun word. I don't know why. There are certain words I don't like. I'm not bothered by moist and panties because guys always think that bothers women. But Drambuie is just a fun word. You can't be in a bad mood and say Drambuie. You just can't. Who else is bummed that Halloween season is over? Rodney asks. Come on, all of us, obviously. To me, once Halloween is gone, I want it to be St. Patrick's Day. I could do without the holidays anymore just because I don't want the stress of buying the gifts and shipping stuff and wrapping stuff. I'm all about getting together with people I love, enjoying a great meal, but all of the stress of the holidays, I would miss the Christmas tree. I like having the Christmas tree up, although I hate taking it down. I love putting it up. I hate taking it down. Keith says, I love moist panties. That does sound like a fun word, said Jessica. Yeah, I don't know what it is about Drambuie. I just think it's a fun word. Ryan says, not me. I can get through Salem in 5 minutes now. Salem had record high attendance this year for Halloween season. It was out of control. And especially with the mild weather, even though we had so much rain, people were going anyway. But then over the weekend with the mild temperatures, especially on Halloween yesterday, just a disaster in Salem. But you guys know I love it, so I'm all about it. All right, I want to fill you guys in on something that is going on next week for Veterans Day. I don't have all the details yet, but I'll be updating the event calendar on the website by the end of this week to give you guys more of an update. So the Foxborough Veterans Services is putting together a couple events for Veterans Day next week. One of the things that they're doing is they are hosting a screening of the film The Outpost. Following the screening of The Outpost, there is going to be a special Q&A with Silver Star recipient Jonathan Hill, who joined us on episode 4 of the Mistress Carrie podcast, and then joined us for an after action report here in the War Room. And then they're also the next day, on Veterans Day, November 11th, they are also having a ceremony at the Foxborough High School, and Jonathan Hill is going to be the keynote speaker. So if you have not seen The Outpost yet, if you have not listened to episode 4 of the Mistress Carrie podcast yet, or if you have and were watching the War Room that night and want to go and see Jonathan Hill speak in person, this is all being coordinated through the Foxborough Veterans Services. And this is happening at the Foxborough High School at 11 a.m. on Veterans Day. I will get more information about the screening, which is happening on the 10th. And as soon as I get all the details, they'll be up on the event calendar at mistresscarrie.com. But people are always looking for a way to commemorate Veterans Day. And obviously, John Hill's story and the podcast and the War Room, we're just all so familiar at this point. And the feedback that I got from that podcast episode and his appearance here in the War Room, I really wanted to let you guys know that he was going to be in town because he lives out of state. And so for him to be coming to Massachusetts and making an appearance at a couple veterans events next week in Foxborough, I wanted to make sure that you guys knew all about it. So keep your eyes on the event calendar at mistresscarrie.com. This flyer I already have. This is happening Veterans Day at 11 a.m. at Foxborough High School. But the movie screening and Q&A, I will get more details on that for you. But I wanted to make sure that you guys knew that that was happening. Now, one thing about not having the War Room last week is that I didn't get to tell you who was coming up on the podcast last week. So let's recap episode 125 of the podcast. Sharon Denadell from Within Temptation was my guest last week on the podcast, episode 125. And we actually did the interview while she was in her tour bus in the loading dock at the DCU Center before the band opened up for Iron Maiden. And Sharon is she's just awesome. She is from the Netherlands. She is a mom of 3 boys. She is the front woman for one of the most internationally successful kind of melodic metal bands in the world. And I just loved getting to know her. I thought she was really funny. We had a lot of conversation about Halloween and how it's becoming more of a big deal in the Netherlands because of parks like Six Flags, who have amusement parks there and are doing these big Halloween theme weekends, because Halloween, for the most part, is kind of an American thing, but it is getting more and more popular, at least the way we celebrate it. But it's becoming more and more popular. And so to hear that she bought all of these Halloween decorations for her kids and was bringing it back with all of her gear, once the Iron Maiden tour was over, she's like, we're going to have the best decorated house in the neighborhood, which I thought was pretty hilarious. So Mark wants to know, am I going to be at the event? I am trying very hard to be there. Obviously, you guys know I'm on the air that day, but I really do want to be there. There's going to be speeches and all that. I'm trying to get the timeline of all of the events because obviously you guys know that I'm friends with John in a, just a personal way as well. He's very good friends with my husband. And so I'm trying to get the full timeline, not only of all of the events he's making appearances at, but also to figure out timelines so that we can hang out and have lunch or go to dinner or whatever. So I am working on all the official timelines, but if I'm able to make it, I 100% want to go. I just don't know 100% if I'm going to be there yet. Jessica says they are amazing. Sharon Denadell is amazing. Her voice is spectacular. The band is great. She has a beautiful singing voice, says Jessica. She absolutely does. Keith wants to know, when are we all getting together? I am working on it. It has been it's been nuts the last couple of weeks. I'll talk to you guys a little bit about what I have coming up in the online store. I've been working a lot on getting some new stuff in for the holidays. And I'm also covering a lot of hours around the holidays for Westwood One, covering a lot of shifts for them and doing a lot of extra shows. So things are insane, but I am trying to put together a get together for the War Room and to be able to do something. So Kevin wants to know, why are your interviews less than 2 minutes long? I don't understand what you mean, Kevin. My interviews are 100% not 2 minutes long. Jessica wants to know if I talked to Sully. I have not talked to him since he went to Europe. I saw him at the end of October or the beginning of October in Vegas, and then the band left for Europe, and I haven't talked to him since then, but I saw him on my birthday and the day before. So Michelle says, Keith, hold your horses. Yeah, it's not even your birthday, Keith. After one, Bruins are up 2-1. Thank you, Mark. What am I holding? So I was really excited to have Sharon on the podcast, and you will see when we talk about the podcast countries that we got some new ones, and I believe it was this episode, which is kind of hilarious. So if you haven't checked out episode 125, Sharon Denadell from Within Temptation, check that out. And episode 126 of the Mistress Carrie podcast comes out at midnight tonight. And I got to tell you, when I started on the air, when I started in my career path, when I started going to college for radio, when I did my internship at WAF starting back in 91, I could never have imagined the amount of women in amazing rock bands back then. And it's something that I talked to Sharon about, and it's also something that I talked to this week's guest about, because it seems like every time I turn around, there is another amazing rock band with a dynamic front woman or a woman playing an instrument in the band, or it's just unbelievable. Episode 126 of the Mistress Carrie podcast comes out at midnight tonight, and it features Ash Costello from New Year's Day. And she and I, we got along too good. We'll put it that way. Everybody that I know that knows Ash, that has toured with Ash, that I have talked to about Ash, has always said that her and I would get along swimmingly well. And her and I had never sat down to do an interview before. I've seen the band live, but I have never been able to sit down and interview her until now. And she was on a day off on tour in Savannah. And so her and I had an extensive conversation about Savannah. We talked about Elvira. We talked about all of the amazing and dynamic women in rock and roll these days, and also talked a lot about a lot of the women that helped pave the way for women like Ash. She got married about 5 weeks after I did in 2020. So her anniversary was happening like a few days after we actually did the interview. We obviously talked about Halloween memories. We talked a lot about our Italian heritage and about the different traditions and foods, especially around the holidays, because she is Sicilian as well. Told me a pretty funny story about touring with Godsmack, because obviously Sully is as well. The WWE picture's still on the screen. Damn it. Well, I mean, that is still technically a bonus episode that's up there, but yeah. Drew McIntyre. Hold on, typo. Wednesday. I know I made a typo. Shush. I'm drinking. Did she date Chris Motionless from Motionless in White? Did they date? I think we referenced this in the episode, actually. I don't know if they dated. Did they date? I think that's a blurred line. I'm not quite sure. Yes, Don, I got it. The bonus episode. Yes, I'm drinking. Go for the Cheez-It, said Mark. I did drink, damn it. Ash and I got along amazingly well. I think you guys are going to love this episode. We talked about women like her and Lilith Czar, who she's also friends with, that have the gravelly kind of raspy voices that we have. And they hooked up, says Heidi. Steven said, yes, they did. Okay. Well, she didn't kiss and tell. She's a married woman now. Motionless in White, by the way, got their first #1 song last week. So congratulations to Chris and everyone in Motionless in White, who's also been on the podcast, because Masterpiece went #1 last week, which is awesome. I Prevail hit #1 on the rock charts this week. So congratulations to those guys as well. So I'm really excited for you guys to hear this week's episode. We talked about a lot of stuff while she was in her bunk in Savannah. And then as soon as we finished the interview, she was actually going out sightseeing. There's a lot of Tom Hanks references in this week's episode. I'm not going to get into it until you listen to the episode, but we'll definitely talk about it next week. So let's see. Go for the Cheez-It. Hey, MC, did you see Scotty McCreery's family pic that he just posted? No, I did not see that, says Michelle. I can only imagine why you're asking me about it, but no, I haven't seen it yet. So congratulations to Motionless in White. Yeah, so episode 126 of the Mistress Carrie podcast featuring Ash Costello from New Year's Day. That goes live at midnight tonight. Don't forget, if you subscribe to the Mistress Carrie podcast, not only do you get the full-length episodes, but you also get the sit rep as well. The Situation Report has got everything: rock news, music headlines, entertainment updates. It's 5 minutes long, and it gets uploaded in the middle of the night. So no matter how early you get up for work, it's always there waiting for you, and it's always up to date. Podcast outlets. Basically, if you want to listen to the podcast, you can listen to it in a multitude of places. Now, one of the places that is going to get a lot easier by the end of the year is on your Alexa devices. So I will have more on that in the coming weeks, but I am working to make the podcast a lot easier to listen to on smart speakers. And so that I'm hoping is going to be up and running before the holidays, which I'm super excited about. So more on that in the next few weeks. But if you want to listen to the podcast, you can subscribe to it on basically all of the major podcast outlets, and you can also listen to all of the episodes at mistresscarrie.com as well. Now, the podcast locations, I knew that it was going to happen. I just didn't know exactly when. But we are now at 133 countries, welcoming Suriname, the Isle of Man, and Libya listening to the podcast as of this week. And that, I believe, is because of Sharon Denadel and Within Temptation, which is so insane and amazing. So super excited. So once again, taking over the planet, one country at a time, finally hitting 133 countries and still going strong. So I'm super excited about that. Any luck getting Miss Pamela for your podcast? Not yet. I sent all of the requests. I'm reaching out through the Pantheon Podcast Network, but nothing yet, but I'm definitely working on it. So Donna, welcoming all of our international family members, the Libyans, in the Doc Brown voice. Yeah, exactly. Jessica says 133 countries. I'm very impressed. Thank you very much. World dominance, says Tracy. Oh man, I'm so late. What did I miss? We are now in 133 countries with the podcast, which is pretty awesome. Super excited. All right, some new headlines I want to talk to you guys about. Lots going on in music. The Trinity of Terror tour is coming up in just a couple of weeks at the Songus. Speaking of Motionless in White, also Ice Nine Kills and Black Veil Brides. Atreyu also on the Trinity of Terror tour. They're the opening band. And all four of these bands have already been on the podcast. And we might just get them all back because they're going to be at the Songus on November 17th. Blink-182 is back together. Tickets are on sale and pretty much sold out to see them at the Garden on May 21st. Don't forget, Record Store Day is coming up fast on Black Friday. And there is just a huge, massive list on the events calendar of all of the exclusive releases, vinyl reissues, limited edition picture disc, colored vinyl, just a ton of stuff that's coming out for Record Store Day. And that is happening on Black Friday. Bono's book, Surrender, 40 songs, one story. That autobiography comes out today. And coming up on Friday, he's actually going to be appearing at the Orpheum doing a book reading. He's only doing a few in the States. He's doing one the night before in New York, and then November 4th, he's going to be at the Orpheum. The details on this are up in the event calendar, but the tickets are not cheap. All the cheap tickets sold out really, really fast. So if you're gonna try and get in, just expect to bust out the credit card for that. The Dropkicks tickets for all of the shows around St. Patrick's Day, the 2 shows at the MGM Music Hall at Fenway, and the 1 show at the House of Blues are all on sale now for next March. All of those dates are up on the events calendar already. Let's see. Joe Satriani is coming up this weekend at the Orpheum. The new Disturbed album, Divisive, is coming out on the 18th, and they just released the title track called Divisive, another heavy-hitting song from Disturbed. And also on the album, on another track, is a guest appearance by Ann Wilson from Heart. The new Godsmack album, Lighting Up the Sky, is coming out February of 2023. We don't have an exact release date yet. But speaking of number 1 songs, I Prevail is number 1. Godsmack is number 2 on the rock chart this week and climbing. So big announcement coming today. Anthrax, Black Label Society, and Exodus are continuing the Anthrax 40th anniversary tour. Now, you know, Charlie Benante and Zakk Wylde are playing drums and guitar for Pantera. Pantera starts those tours down in South America at the end of December. But starting in February, Anthrax, Black Label Society, and Exodus are going back out on the road together, and they're going to be doing 2 shows in the area. House of Blues in Boston on February 5th, and a couple days before, on February 3rd, they're going to be at Mohegan, at the Mohegan Sun Arena. Both of these shows are listed on the event calendar. Both of those shows go on sale this Friday, and the pre-sale, I believe, starts tomorrow. D.H. Pellegro from the Dead Kennedys passed away this week. Flea writing a beautiful essay on Instagram. He started playing drums for the Dead Kennedys in 1981 and also was the drummer in the Red Hot Chili Peppers from 1986 to 1988. And he and Flea continued a very long friendship. And Flea, devastated by the loss of D.H., and put up, like I said, this just beautifully written essay about the loss of his friend, who I believe was 63 years old when he passed away. I don't know all of the details about his passing, but that happened in the last few days. Aaron Lewis is going to be at Foxwoods coming up April 22nd. Filter has got a new song that is out right now, For the Beaten, and the new album is coming out in early 2023. So we're going to get a ton of new music. The Godsmack is coming out. Filter is coming out. There's just a ton of stuff. We spent a lot of time talking about Ivan Moody from Five Finger Death Punch, who announced he wanted to make one more album with Five Finger Death Punch, and then he wanted to retire from metal. That lasted about 2 weeks. Then he wrote this long post on social media and has been doing interviews, basically saying, number one, that his kids wouldn't want him to quit because he loves it and it's what got him to where he is. Number two, that especially Zoltan deserves better than to have Ivan Moody kind of leave the band high and dry by leaving. And he also says that quitting music would kill him, that it maybe not literally, but figuratively, that it is his passion. And he made the comment on stage in Denver and then had some days to stew on it and think about it and then decided, yeah, that's not happening. So if you're a Five Finger Death Punch fan, don't worry about it. They're not going anywhere. Jerry Lee Lewis also passed away recently, and they're doing something kind of interesting. So first of all, they're having two different wakes, one in Mississippi, one in Louisiana. The Mississippi one is on Thursday. The Louisiana one is on Saturday. Then they are having the celebration of life, and that is all going to be streamed live on his Facebook page, which I thought was really interesting. 87-year-old Jerry Lee Lewis, who was in the inaugural class that was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame back in 1986. By the way, the article that announced his passing said that his seventh wife, Judith, was by his side when he passed. Jerry Lee Lewis is someone that it comes up in the interview with Ash Costello this week. We actually talked about some of the things that rock stars got away with in previous generations that they would never get away with now. Marrying your 13-year-old cousin, I would think qualifies for that. And we talked a lot, Ash and I, about artists like Ted Nugent and Steven Tyler. There are a lot of rock stars that ended up dating underage girls, really young girls. He married his 13-year-old cousin, and it was controversial, but it's not like he went to jail. So a lot. But his seventh wife, Judith, was by his side when he passed. And also, this just happened today. Takeoff from Migos was shot and killed in Houston. He was 28 years old. He was with Quavo from Migos. They were playing dice at a party last night at a bowling alley. It was a private party that was supposed to end at 1, and then people stayed behind and were continuing to party and whatever. And then there was a shooting, and he was shot in the head. And TMZ has taken a lot of flack because someone posted video, not of the actual shooting, but of the direct aftermath. And you can see Takeoff laying on the ground. It doesn't actually show his head or the injury, but obviously Migos fans are incredibly upset that TMZ posted the video of someone that was there, that they recorded it on their cell phone. So Jessica said he was a true legend. Didn't he marry his cousin? He 100% did, and she was 13. Yeah. Let's see. And also want to remind you guys about the Trans-Siberian Orchestra. Now, all of these shows are on sale now, but these shows always sell out. So if you want to go and see TSO around the holidays, the 23rd, 2 shows at Mohegan, the 25th, 2 shows at the SNHU Arena in Manchester, and the 26th, 2 shows at the DCU Center. And also, if you listen to 100 FM The Pike over the next couple of weeks, we're giving away a trip for 2, airfare, hotel, 2 tickets to see the Trans-Siberian Orchestra in Phoenix, where it'll be much warmer in December than here, and also a $1,000 Amex card to do all of your holiday shopping. And we're giving out text keywords, so you can listen to 100 FM The Pike, stream the station right off the website, pikefm.com. But that's a pretty awesome trip to go and see the Trans-Siberian Orchestra in Phoenix with all the bells and whistles, hotel, airfare, tickets to the show, $1,000 in spending money. It's pretty awesome. So new releases coming out this Friday. Broken Love releasing their new album, Black Box. Frank Bello, who we had on the podcast. By the way, the most popular podcast episode I've ever released was the Frank Bello episode. Frank Bello from Anthrax. So Anthrax making the big announcement about another leg of their 40th anniversary tour, February 5th at the House of Blues. Well, Frank Bello's got an EP coming out on Friday as well. It's called Then I'm Gone. The Pretty Reckless are releasing their new album, Other Worlds, which has a remix of some of their songs, acoustic versions, and also a bunch of cover songs as well. So that's coming out on Friday. And Taipei Houston, which is the band featuring 2 of Lars Ulrich's sons from Metallica, obviously. Taipei Houston is releasing their album, Once Bit, Never Bored. So all of this is coming out on Friday. And you can always find a complete list of the new releases in the show notes of every Sit Rep episode. So, all right, mail call for the week. All right, so the first thing I want to do is say hello to Denise, who I saw at the Clear Path for Veterans New England event over the weekend. And she asked me if I had gotten my mail. And I was like, oh, I did. So first of all, card with a dog and a donut. Hello, Carrie and Wednesday. Happy belated birthday. Carrie, enjoy the cookies. Saw this picture and could not resist. Hope Wednesday enjoys the toy. I hope it doesn't smell like cookies too much. So Denise sent me, and I don't have them in here because Well, I shared some with Mike Shue, and I've been having them with my coffee. She sent me some Annis biscottis that her mom made that you can smell through the packaging, the anise flavoring. So when I went to go pick up the mail at the post office, the people at the post office were like, something smells delicious in your mail. And I can tell the people at the post office, it was delicious. They were delicious. So Denise, yes, the entire package smelled like your cookies and they were amazing. This is the picture she said she couldn't resist. It's a Merpug. Look at this. And it's by Pickled Punks. That's the card that's on the back, which is so funny. Monstrous Mutt, the Merpug. I don't know where you guys find this stuff, but I'm so glad that you did. And then this glorious thing came for Wednesday, and I didn't bring a knife in here. Wednesday wants to eat it, and I can't take the tag off. Wednesday, you might have to wait, love bug. Okay? Can you wait for me until the show's over? Can you wait for me until the show's over? No. She doesn't want to wait. Can you wait until the show's over? I can't take the card off. Can you wait? Can you wait? Huh? It has a spiky squeaker ball inside. It's packed with... I told you guys. Crinkly toys. Things with squeakers and crinkles. Oh. All right, you're going to have to... Can you... Can I have it back? No? You can't take it because you'll eat the cardboard, and that's bad for doggies. Okay, let go. You can have it back when we're done. So thank you, Denise. Your cookies were amazing. I brought some down to Mike Shue when I saw him over the weekend and said, these are for your coffee. And he said, thank you. So Mark says, Pickled Punks are playing the Middle East upstairs. Yes, I know she wants it. Kathy said, it is a hit. Sorry, Carrie. Enjoy Wednesday. It's all your fault, Denise. Yeah, she's glued 100%. She got your mail. That is awesome. Yeah, exactly. And then there was one other thing that came in. And this came from Donna. Can you wait? Can you please wait? So Donna sent me a special package. Look at that. Black, light purple, and dark purple M&Ms. They're spooky. It comes in a little M&M tin that you can refill. Donna, this is awesome. I bet they're delicious. You guys rule. Wednesday, you can... No, the M&Ms are not for you. You can have your toy as soon as I can. I can't cut the zip tie. I don't have a knife on me, okay? Can you wait a little while? Can you wait a little while and then I'll cut it for you? Can you do that for me? How about I give you a cookie for being a good girl? Yeah, exactly, Michelle. She's like, no, I want it now. Yeah, exactly, because she's spoiled, because you guys spoil her. They look delicious, says Jessica. Yeah, they do. Purple M&Ms, I think they taste the best. Purple and green M&Ms. Well, green were always my favorite, but now purple are my favorite because there's a purple M&M now. Jessica says, she says no. Wait, they have my name on them? No. They do have my name on them. Holy shit, look. I didn't even notice that. I just saw the color because they're wrapped in shrink wrap, so there's glare. Oh, they have my name. I have my own M&Ms. Oh, now I have to know how delicious I am. I didn't bring scissors. Hey, are you helping? Now I have to know. I'm a woman possessed. These aren't for you. Stop licking your little pug lips. Oh my God. M&Ms have a smell. You know the M&M smell? Hey, these aren't for you. I know you smell the M&M smell, but they're not for you. Oh my God. They say Mistress Carrie on them. Look. I'm delicious. Oh my God, these are so awesome. Donna, you are amazing. I'm sorry I didn't notice that they had my name on them. I was so excited just because the M&M logo and the eyes of the skull I thought was so cool. And then I saw that they were purple. Totally didn't even notice that you printed me my own purple M&Ms. Oh my God. 3-2 Penguin, says Mark. Heidi, it is a party in my mouth. Mm-hmm. They're delicious. Tracy says, that's what teeth are for. I will volunteer to let you know how delicious you are. I know how delicious I am. My husband tells me all the time. Keith, you perv. All right. Big news coming to the site. Big news about the store. Let me put this stuff down. So, one of the things that we do when we have our monthly live streams with the Backstage Pass holders is that I'm always asking them for ideas and love getting the feedback. And one of the things we talked about was over the last couple of months was things that we wanted to have made to have in the online store, especially for the holidays. Is this better? No? Okay. And so I took copious notes. I've been trying to get baseball hats made and getting the suppliers, getting the hats that I wanted. It's been hard because of supply issues and all of that stuff, and also trying to control costs because I don't want them to be super expensive. And so I was finally able to get some hats made, and they are on the way and will be here in time for holiday shopping. There are going to be black fitted hats. There are going to be purple and white trucker hats. And there are also going to be black visors that are all going to have the embroidered Mistress Carrie logo on them. Good news for the black fitted caps. They come in an array of sizes. Hey, I'm trying to talk. You can't have M&Ms. So can you just behave, please? So they're flex fit hats. They come in extra small, and then a small medium, then a large extra large, and they also come in a double extra large cap. Travis, we had an extensive conversation the last time we did the live stream with the Backstage Pass holders, and we've talked about it here on the website, in the War Room. He's got a size 8 head. The extra large or the double extra large hats fit up to an 8 1/4. So it doesn't matter how small your head is or how large your head is. You're going to fit in the black fitted caps, which I'm super excited about. Shannon says footy pajamas. Maybe. You guys know how much I love my PJs around the holidays. Any size 8s for us big domes. Yes. Mark, yes. There will be big double extra large flex fit caps in black. 4-2 penguins, he says. Wednesday's eating the cardboard box from the M&M box. Can you stop? Can you behave, please? Hold on. Can you sit and be a good girl? Can you? Because you're being very naughty right now. You're trying to eat cardboard. That's not good for you. Okay? So can you just chill? Can you just chill? Let's see. Michael says to fit around Travis's big melon. Travis isn't the only one with a big melon. And in talking to, people like Jelly Roll, who told me how hard it is for him to buy shirts and to hear how hard it is. Look, I have 2 different size feet. So I understand when there's something about you that's not the average. Did you guys hear that? So that's why I got extra small, small, medium, large, extra large, and double extra large hats. And they will be here in time for the holidays. That's in the black hats. Then there's the adjustable trucker hats, and those are purple. And then also I wanted to make visors because some people like to wear visors and not hats. I also will tell you a little bit more in the coming weeks about what else is coming up on the website. But I will give you a little hint that you'll be getting some cocktail help here in the war room with some of the stuff that I'm having made that's going to make for great holiday gifts this winter. So let's see. Heidi wants to know what my favorite candy besides M&M's is. Favorite candy bar ever, 100 grand, which is what I always give out around Halloween because they're delicious and not that many people give them out. And they were always my favorite house when I was a kid because 100 grand are the best. Can you move over so people can see your beautiful face? There you go. Down. Good girl. Show everybody your manicure that I gave you that you were very mad at me about. You were not happy about that manicure, but I gave it to you anyway. So there's some new stuff coming in the store. I'm waiting for everything to come in. It's all ordered, and I've been promised. Oh, Bruins are now losing 5-2. Ouch. 5-3. So there's a bunch of new stuff coming in the store, and as soon as I have the stuff that actually arrives, I'll be able to show it to you. But if you have a Backstage Pass, you're going to get immediate discounts on the stuff as soon as it goes up in the store. All right, so we did that. Let's talk about birthdays fast. If you're celebrating your birthday today, hey, can I help you? I thought this was really strange. Rick Allen from Def Leppard, the drummer, is 59 today. Anthony Kiedis from the Red Hot Chili Peppers is 60. The lead singer of the Red Hot Chili Peppers is older than the drummer from Def Leppard. For some reason, that was weird for me today, but it's the truth. Also celebrating birthdays today, super producer David Foster and also Lyle Lovett. So if today's your birthday, cheers to you. Happy unbirthday, Keith. Yeah, I'm going to be up for a while tonight. I do not know what is wrong with my mouth today. I've literally been working all day, and now that I'm sitting here in the war room, and no, it's not the booze. I just can't talk tonight for some reason. This happened to me once on the air, probably 10 years ago. And I remember I was in the studio, and I was on the air talking about something, and the words just wouldn't come out right. And my boss came into the studio after and said, "We just got a call from a concerned listener. They think you're having a stroke." And I was like, what are you talking about? And he's like, she called and said that you kept saying the wrong word and kept mispronouncing stuff. And she said she's a nurse. She thinks you're having a stroke. And my boss was like, are you having a stroke? I was like, no, I'm not having a stroke. I'm just having one of those days. Everybody has those days. David Foster just had a kid. Yeah. With his like fourth wife or something. Yeah, it's unbelievable. Michael Cole said November 10th. If you know, you know. Trust me, I know. Don't eat the cord of my headphones Wednesday. You're being fresh. So happy birthday to everybody celebrating their birthday. Once again, want to remind you that if you have a Mistress Carrie Backstage Pass, first of all, thank you for all of your input when it comes to all of the new merchandise that's coming to the online store for the holidays. We will get a live stream scheduled for the end of the month. I'll let you know when that's going to be because we got to navigate the holidays. I have one trip left for the year that's going to happen next month. And so I'll give you more details on that, but you always get the travel blog updates so I can take you out on the road, fill you in on where to eat, where to go, what to see. You also get early access to event tickets, which I'm hoping we're going to start being able to schedule, and also access to I Prevail tickets to see them in the next couple of weeks at the MGM Music Hall at Fenway. And there are more tickets coming. Lots of shows are getting scheduled for 2023. There's going to be a lot going on. So be prepared for a lot of ticket giveaways in the coming months as well. Just a reminder about all the places that you can find me online. And YouTube, if you have a YouTube channel, Travis, make sure you double check this. YouTube just rolled out what they're calling their handles. And basically, YouTube is going to look like Twitter or Instagram, where it's the @ whatever, and they're rolling out handles. So my handle is @ Mistress Carrie on YouTube now, or the same link, the C, which stands for channel, -- Mistress Carrie, either way. But YouTube is rolling out their new handles program. And so you can get me @ Mistress Carrie on YouTube and all of these other places as well. Let's see. Wait, what did Heidi say? I totally remember that. Oh my God, I pissed my pants in the car. Wait, what? You remember the stroke day? Let's see. Carrie, I'll send you a big bag of coffee beans. You can't go wrong. Heidi, you are singing my song. Are you kidding me? Saw you introduce Godsmack at the inaugural show at the MGM Music Venue. Great show that night. Got my white commemorative t-shirt for the night, Andy. That's fantastic. All of those t-shirts sold out, by the way. Just that one shirt made $10,000 at the event for the charity, which is pretty spectacular. No, actually, Mark, so originally the rumor was that Twitter was going to start charging people $20 a month to get their verified check mark. Now they're saying it's going to be $8 a month, and there's going to be a bunch of other benefits, including limited advertising if you pay the $8 a month to get verified, and that the verification is going to be available for everyone to go through the verification process the way that people like me had to go through the verification process to get their check mark. So you need those Dunks jelly beans. Oh, they're so good. Wednesday. What are you doing? You cannot eat my headphones. Come here. You can't eat the headphones. Okay? It's not good for you. Thank you. Thank you, love bug. Can you just sit? She came and sat with me in the studio again last night while I was putting the finishing touches on the podcast this week. She sat for a good half hour before she started trying to eat the soundproofing off the walls again, and I had to kick her out. Right? Were you bad? Huh? Don't lick the microphone. They need to stop charging people for things like that. Well, so far they haven't charged for anything yet, but Elon Musk is saying that Twitter's losing money because they don't make enough money in advertising. And so they're looking for a way to bring in revenue. So Heidi said, can you post the P.O. box again so I can take it down? Heidi, I'll put it on the screen for you right now. Mark says, she is a real brat tonight. I'm telling you, I don't know what it is today. She is just wound up. I don't know if it's because it rained most of the day and she was kind of cooped up in the house for most of the day, but yeah, she's been a pill today. She wants to eat everything. She's been nibbling on stuff, right? Right? Huh? Yeah, exactly. Let's see. Marcy goal, it's 5-3. She wants the toy. 100% she wants the toy, Marcy. And now she's knocking off the pillows. All right, Wednesday. Is it time to go? Are we done? I'm telling you. All right, want to remind you guys, episode 126 of the Mistress Carrie podcast goes live at midnight tonight, featuring Ash Costello from New Year's Day. And I will get more details on those Veterans Day events that are happening in Foxborough next week with Jonathan Hill, so that you guys will be able to go. Carrie, did you catch the Jeff Beck Johnny Depp show? I did not, Andy. I went to MGM for the Godsmack show. I saw Iron Maiden recently. Saw Godsmack in Vegas. Saw a bunch of bands in Vegas, but no, I did not. I did not see that one. She is going off the rails. Donna, you have no idea. Hold on, let me see if I can put the pug cam back on. Give me your face. Give me your face. Yeah. I think it's going to be a very long night with this one. She's not a brat. She's a cutie. She's a brat. A little ball of hate. Mark says, I live in Foxborough. I will DM you an update. Yeah. I need the link and all the times for the movie screening on the 10th with the Q&A with Jonathan Hill, and then whether or not you need to buy tickets to go to the veterans event at the high school on the 11th. So those are my questions. All right, guys. I will see you guys next week. New episode of the podcast comes out at midnight. Make your Veterans Day preparations now. And enjoy the warm weather while you can over the next few days, because it's not going to last very long. Say bye, Wednesday. Say bye. Good night.